Okay, so I'm going to show you how to replace a receptacle, and the first thing you want to do is make sure the power is off, and the way you can do that is get a voltage tester like this, a non-contact voltage tester. What you do is press the button, and if it doesn't light up, you know the power is off. You can get these at Home Depot or Lowe's for like 13 bucks, they're really cheap. Or if you have one like this, a multimeter, somewhere you have on there, see non-contact voltage sensor. This says no power going to it, and we checked it. So now that we're good with there, no power, we'll take out the old receptacle. First thing you want to do is take your faceplate off. Once you've done that, you want to unscrew your receptacle from the box. Take out the wires, unscrew. Now, if you're a homeowner doing this, you might want to, know which wire goes to what. Put it exactly how you had it, so that way you don't get confused, you don't forget, you don't hook it up wrong. And I'll show you a good way to memorize which goes to where. Take the neutral off, the ground, and then the hot. If I can even get it off, let's see. Okay, now the one mistake is when a homeowner swaps out a receptacle is they don't pay attention to one minor thing. If you have a switched receptacle, this tab right here, if I can see it, will be removed right there. And you want to pay attention to that when you're taking it out, because if it's removed, then you're going to have to remove it on the new one. But since this one's not removed, this is now a switched receptacle. So here we have our new one. Put this right back in. Your whites are neutral. Your blacks are hot. And the copper one is your ground. So, and the best way to know this is your neutral and your ground are always on the same side when it comes to this receptacle. Neutral, ground. Another way to know that is the larger slot is always the neutral, and the smaller one's always the hot. So that's another way you can remember it. So let's hook it up. And you always want to wrap your wire in a clockwise position around the terminal, so that way it doesn't come off when you're screwing it down. Same thing with the ground. If I can even get it on there. Okay, so we got our ground on, now we're going to put our hot on. Okay, now we get that done. Push your wires back into the box, and then screw it down, put your faceplate on. Now, one thing to remember is when you put your receptacle back in, that the ground, this is the ground right here, that top one should always be at the top, never at the bottom. And the reason for that is, say if something was to fall on this receptacle, it would hit the ground. And if you had a plug, let me get a plug and show you. I can find a plug now. Okay, I can't find a plug with ground. But, so that way, if your plug was sticking somewhat out and something was to fall, it would hit the ground, not spark. So that's why it's always supposed to be at the top. So that's it.